Take me to Raw, son. So we start off with Roman Reigns being on more shows than Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
That just makes you giggle, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then I guess he's here to talk about Bronson Reed, and he's gonna get his shoes back at Clash in Paris. And then Bronson Reed comes out and says that, you know, you're not a real Samoan. Those tattoos were paid for.
Okay. I don't know what semblance that means for anything.
And then Roman says, well, I'm the tribal chief, so that means I own all the Samoans. You know, except
of them.
Except for what's going on in SmackDown, I guess.
I guess so.
So
those Samoans listen to Solo.
Yeah. And Solo doesn't listen to Roman, even though Roman beat Solo.
Anything else that major happened on Raw?
Roman Reigns brawled with Bronson Reed backstage, and then, you know, LA Knight was LA Knight and took a pin.
Yeah.
And then I guess Asuka's gonna turn heel or something.
That's what it looks like.
I mean, that's it. Like, nothing really happened on this show.
Take me to SmackDown, boy.
So John Cena was here. Which
Alright.
I guess is cool.
Talk some shit to Logan Paul, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I sound so excited, right?
I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. And then Drew McIntyre, like, is brawling with Randy Orton now.
Neat. Take me to Clash in Paris, boy.
So we start off with Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed.
I like this match. I thought it was really well done. The ending was pretty good too.
Like, Roman won, and then he took his shoes back, and then he choked out Paul. Then he signed his shoes and threw him into the crowd. And then Braun Breaker just speared him through a table. And then they speared him again, and then they just tsunami'd him. And then Jay comes out to try and save Roman, because he finally decides now is the time to save Roman.
Now, after Roman has eaten a couple spears and a couple tsunamis, now is the time.
And then he gets speared one time, and he says, "My ribs."
And then that's it.
His ribs are broken.
They're broken.
One spear when he's taken like 20 of them and got back up before, but it's fine. And then Roman Reigns is going to the hospital now because he's got to get written off TV because we can't have Roman Reigns around for too long. He's been on too many shows, so
I know.
the streak has to end at some point.
Let's get back to the things that matter, apparently, which is all of the things that the Vision is doing.
And then we had the Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits, and the Street Profits do what the Street Profits do under the Father H era, and that's
it's lose.
lose.
That's what they do, and I guess they're gonna be turning against each other. I don't know. Story, it's not compelling enough to me to really care. It's like, what? So I saw the New Day do this, and then they freaking turned heel and they're still working together. And now, here we are, the Street Profits. Are they going to freaking turn heel and still work together? I don't really care.
I like the build to them, you know, turning against each other, because all that happened is that Bo Dallas walks up and says, yeah, you may be, is he your brother though? Do you bleed the same blood? And because of that, now they hate each other when they weren't like that before.
I just don't see a good side to this. Maybe Montez Ford might get something, but like I said, I don't want people to sleep on Angelo Dawkins, but he's not Montez Ford. Okay? And I feel like this could end up ruining both of these guys.
Well, you're going to have a Jimmy and Jay situation.
Yeah, I mean, Jay's the only one of the bloodline. Jimmy, I'm sorry, he's the only one of the bloodline who hasn't won a singles title yet.
And now Dawkins, or as Michael Cole called him, Doc.
The Doc. Okay. But, like, look, the match is fine. I don't really care.
The Wyatt Six win.
Yeah, la-di-da. What happened next?
We had Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella, and like, oh no.
I mean, did anybody think that this was gonna mean, like, a big moment of storytelling where something great was gonna happen? The match was serviceable. It was fine.
I don't know about that.
You don't think it was serviceable? I mean, they had a couple botches, but I'm not too worried about that.
No, there's one of them, though, that I think Nikki Bella was going to do the disaster kick, and then, like...
And just whiffed?
Well, Becky Lynch was, like, in the right spot, so, like, she just kind of stood there and watched her just miss, and then Becky, like, oh, I got hit by it, and then Wade Barrett's like, oh, no.
She didn't get any of that.
Completely missed it.
Okay. That's your English accent?
So, yeah. I mean, I don't really try, but yeah. It's good. It's as good as my Drew voice. And then we had Sheamus versus Rusev.
Surprisingly, this was a great match.
I didn't like the ending though.
I've never been into this feud, but son of a bitch, this match was great. I almost really didn't want it to end, but you know, it had to end, and I was okay with the ending.
I didn't like the ending.
You didn't want Rusev to win?
No, I'm fine with Rusev winning. I just didn't like how they did it, because like when he's like choking out Sheamus, he's on his back completely, and like they don't count that. But you know,
It should be counting because Sheamus technically has Rusev pinned.
now if it's Rhea Ripley's being choked out,
Then you're okay with that. She's not gonna get pinned.
yeah, she won't get pinned, I guess. If it's Father H, I mean, or they'll count, and then you know. But I don't know.
She'll somehow matrix herself up or something like that.
Yeah. Whatever. Then we had John Cena versus Logan Paul.
I don't know. I wasn't really feeling this match. I kind of got bored.
I mean, well, it felt like I was starting to get into a loop, because John Cena would do his moves, and then Logan Paul would copy his moves, and then John Cena would do his moves again, and then Logan Paul would just copy those moves. I mean, I liked the Styles Clash, I guess.
This didn't have, like, to me, the over the topness that John Cena versus Cody did.
The entire thing for me was like, maybe this should have been John versus AJ, because when he did the Styles Clash, everyone was doing the AJ song, and I was like, okay, maybe that would have been better than this, probably.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with that.
And then we have, you know, the final match with the B title that gives Seth Rollins all the power. Because of what the Bronze did, they're banned from ringside now. Or I guess they're kicked out of the building because they put Roman in the hospital. But when they spent weeks on Raw doing the same to everyone else, they're not kicked out of Raw. So I don't know.
Who cares? But yet, you know, the match, it was fine.
I mean,
it wasn't anything to write home about. This is like, the only reason why this show was better was because the crowd was into it. And I'm not really like super into crowds taking over a show, other than like, you know, it sounds very hypocritical of me to say that in America, you know, at least when the crowds there take over a show, it's more like chants that people are sick and tired of hearing.
Yeah.
Like what? And I don't mind that. I would definitely still say what when Stone Cold Steve Austin goes out, or if anybody else is talking. But even though I like the crowd here, there were times where I felt like the crowd was not helping the match for me.
Well, for me, the thing I had the problem with is that it's not even the crowd's fault this time. Actually, I'm going with the Father H booking here, because I think I see what you're trying to do. You're giving these subpar shows and putting them with the international crowd, having them cheer, because you know the American crowd's going to be quiet if this was happening here. Like,
yeah,
that's what you're doing.
That's what it felt like. The crowd really helped out in this show a whole lot, because this show was very mediocre.
Because I'm watching this and I'm like, yeah, if that crowd wasn't here, if this was in America, they'll tell you what's really going on. This sucks. So I'm like, that's what you're doing. You're using that crowd to make your show look better. And I'm like, they're cheering because they don't get WWE very often. But if they got it as much as we did and we're having this show, they would not be giving you those cheers.
It's one of those reasons why I sit there and think that WWE needs to freaking have their, like, a year of shows outside of the U.S. Like, all over the country, all over the world, I mean. You know, just pick a country and just go there.
Yeah, but I'm not...
do your 50 shows a year.
But, like, I want quality shows. Like, not this, because if they did that for a year, they would just be like, okay, well, we don't have to try, because they'll just cheer anyway, so subpar show.
Well, I mean, that will sit there and have its own risks to it when they get to that point. But here, I was not against the crowd. I was fine with the crowd. Really.
I've just gotten to the point where, like, seeing the crowd cheer is like, it's like, okay, I'm not tricked by it anymore, because this show it sucks.
Well, and the ending to this match, fine. I mean, I don't really care.
LA Knight got taken out, and then Jey Uso got taken out, and then CM Punk was gonna beat Seth, but that's when Becky Lynch hit him with the low blow, and then Seth beat Punk again, and so Becky Lynch finally joins the group after like some months.
Yeah, I wonder if she's gonna come out with Seth Rollins on Monday, and like, you know, just hang it like when he comes out with his group, like, are she gonna come out with him with the IC belt?
Oh no, here's what's gonna happen. Other Rachel's gonna have her intervene at the end of that match, and then like Brock Lesnar, he's gonna make you wait a couple weeks, like 2 weeks, like with John Cena, and then she'll come out and explain why she did it, because you don't need to see this right away.
I guess not. I mean, according to how Father X does it, we don't need to see this tonight or tomorrow or whenever this comes out.
No, Seth will just come out, or it'll just be Becky and be like, in 2 weeks we will explain why. And then when they get to it, they'll be like, there was expecting some big explanation. It'll be like, well, I just did it because, you know.
I needed to.
Yeah. And everyone's like, AJ Lee's coming back. And I'm like, well.
That's what I think's going to happen. CM Punk's going to go get AJ Lee, and that's how she gets back in.
Or none of that happens.
Or nothing happens, you know.
And now Punk's got to talk about Becky and get beat up by Becky now.
Yeah, right. Well, you guys, listen, like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on X and Instagram, and also Blue Sky. And tune in next time, because the next one will be available
when it's ready.